morning. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you so much for today, a new week, and a new day, and thank you for your goodness and your kindness and your grace and your mercy. And just thank you for all of your provisions. Thank you for all of your blessings. Thank you for friends and for family. And I just ask that you would help me to be grateful for every little bit of money that I can pull into the market. Please help me and those that are trading to be disciplined and have wisdom and discernment so we can execute trades in the market today. Amen. Okay. Let's just check the news. We got some red folders on the CAD this morning at 8:30. CAD CPI. And then at 9 a.m. we've got ECB President Lagarde. And then FOMC Waller. And then 11:25 Lagarde speaks again. I don't know if that's two different speeches or what's going on there. It's kind of interesting. Testify before the European Parliament's Committee on Economic and Monetary Affairs in Brussels on the first one. Due to participate in a panel discussion at the ECB event on the international role of the euro in Brussels. I guess same place, two different little speeches. We'll see if that gets the market going or not. Over to the euro dollar. Had some trades that held through the weekend. Had this little mini gap through, and that took out my trades for profits as soon as the market opened, which is good. We'll go to the daily. So last week we had that really strong breakdown, the second half of the week. And so far we've had pretty good continuation of that push through to Friday and now into today. So we should be looking at these lows over here from a few weeks ago, or that's March, a couple months ago. We bottomed out right on that low. So that's the low to beat if we're going to start breaking out of this huge consolidation. This is a year long of consolidation from June to June. So we'll see if that level breaks. There's a good chance it's going to have some strength. considering we've been in this area for a year. $1.141. If we were to pop back up, we should see some resistance in, oh, didn't mean to use that one, but we can use that. Right in here. Probably up to there. Somewhere in here we should find some resistance if it wants to pop back up. If we can get over that line, then there's a good chance we'll come back and test those highs or this trend line. Let's go down to the hourly. And last week's push all the way down to here, that 1.141, and then just kind of a pull back up, and then we've been stuck here since Friday through this zone of consolidation. Down to the 15. We can see this is the London session through here. We had a 20 pip move through here. 22 pip. So that's a decent leg down and then a leg back up. I'm going to just get into a trade right there where the market was pulling back at these highs right here. And we'll put some, so this is a pretty good spot to be the stop loss right there is a pretty good spot. If we clear all these highs, then we don't really want to be in that trade if it's going to just keep doing one big solid push. So somewhere in here, I'm going to go line up back on this spot over here instead of that peak. I think if it's going to go up, we should break that peak. And there's a little bit more resistance over here that I'm going to use. And then, so if that's the last layer, somewhere in there, I've got about 6 pips. That's pretty good. Can finish that last layer on that red line. So we're in 1, and then layer 2, layer 3, layer 4, and layer 5, the last one. Then stop out. So that's a good game plan for the session. And down to the 1 minute chart, and we'll execute some trades down on this level. on this time frame. 1.146 right on the dot on that level there. So that should be a pretty important level. If we bump up into that, it's a good chance we'll get a bounce off of it. And if we don't get a bounce off of it, a first retracement back down to it would be also a very high probability. Starting out at 222, 10,222. A little bit more of a push and get into that second layer. About 4 pips back down would be a good trade for one price cycle back. Could potentially play the long side if the market has a run up from here too. For now, I'm going to stick to the short side. So we got this pretty good wedge coming in here. If it pops back up to this line, I'll get one trade here and the second one up a little bit higher. kind of wish I'd seen that line. I would have gone into one of those two trades on that peak there, on that pop-up. Canadian news in 15 minutes. If I had got that peak, that could have been 3 pips of profit, or potentially holding for the run down. So that's a decent amount of movement. Be right back. Okay, I'm just gonna get ready to get into that trade. You can pop up just a little bit more. get into one here, and then another one just up here. Grab the second one here. Looks like it's trying to push up. We'll get into 4 trades up here. I think it's going with that energy, trying to come into the market. There's a good chance it will break these highs. We'll get into that layer. Another 6 pips. Oh, that's actually that's a lot more than I was expecting. We'll see. Five minutes to the Canadian news. Okay, just a few seconds to the Canadian news. Okay, here's the news. Might not do too much on the euro. Okay, if we can get a breakdown below this pivot here, that would be a good turn on the 1 minute and the 5 minute. I think that's actually a 5 minute candle turn. Yeah. So if we could break that and hold below, that would be a turn on the 5 minute chart, which is right on this green order line. guess that news didn't really do anything on the euro. If it pops up, heads into the third layer, we'll get into 4 trades. Just got to make another pop up to here in order for me to get into those 4 trades. Got 2 highs now, all piled up in this same spot. So if we can get a move back down, that would give us a pretty good shot at coming to this area or even down to this low, if we can get that turn. Okay, starting to get that turn. Not really a turn yet. We got a wick on the bottom. It's a good chance this market might head up now. Okay, market's trying to make that turn again. Got to hold below that red line in order to get that turn. Another move where it did not. So now it's really starting to lean towards another bullish leg. Got two wicks on the bottom here now. Tried to make the turn in here, tried to make it here, tried to make it here, couldn't do it. So it's a good chance we'll get a leg up. And then if that's the case, we can get into that third layer up here. Okay, couldn't make the break up there, so it's going to try and make the turn back down again. Pretty good strong candle at the moment. See if it can close down. All right, now we got to turn. The good strong candle, and that body, it closed below all those bodies right there. So that's a pretty good indication we'll get some follow through. Start to get into profit territory over here. So I'm just going to be cognizant of these price cycles. So that price cycle was 7 pips up. This one was 9 or 10 pips. So 10, 7. This one is 5. This one is not even quite 3. So now we're at 4 pips down. So if it shoots down to 7 to 10 pips, right down to there, this would be a good spot to just take profit on the extension. Right down in here would be a good spot if it were to just shoot down. Because right from the pivot high, right down to that zone would be about 7 pips, and that's a good average price cycle. So we'll see how it gets down to there. If it gets down there quick, probably just take profits on the whole position. If it just keeps building lower, slowly building pressure downward, then maybe we'll keep holding and then try and secure the position behind the 5-minute candles. So we could have maybe taken profits on half of that position, but we've missed out on that now. So starting to think that maybe this line, that one may be just a little bit, just maybe a little bit too high. Like I'm seeing all these highs come in here that are lining up with in here a bit better. So I might have overextended that line and maybe I should have put the 4th layer in here, but I don't know, that's just kind of hindsight now. Okay, this candle's starting to close back in favor. Strong candle close right on those body lows. So right on them. And now, same thing, if it were to shoot down there, I would just take the profits, because that is a price cycle from up to that high now, all the way down to there. That would be about 7 pips. So we'll see how quickly it gets down here, if it can get down there. Good morning, David. How's it going? And that market is popping back up into these highs again. Okay, if this candle just shoots down, I gotta try and reposition, because this layer is not in a great spot. So I might take half of it off, take one, potentially two of them off, and try and reposition them. Get them a little bit higher up. Okay, 1, 2, coming down for a third try. Oh, hey man, thank you. Happy Father's Day to you also. I appreciate that. It's a pretty good weekend with the family. Went to see my wife's dad for a little bit, for a couple days. All right, coming back into these lows again for the third try. Let's see if this time if it can break it. I'm tempted to reposition one of those two. Oh, I think maybe this time will be the time to hold it. We'll see how this candle closes. See if we can get a break. Okay, so got a close below. That's an official break. So I'll give it another bar or two to see if it can stretch down and hit this low somewhere. Yeah, family time is very important, for sure. It's just the best. So this price cycle from pivot high on the 1 minute, we're at about 4 pips, almost 5 pips. So if we can get down to that red line, okay, so we got another bar closing lower. Just pull up the 5-minute chart for a second. It's coming down into that zone. Okay, we've got a candle that's stalling in that area. We've got 1 more minute, and then we roll into the new hour. And that 5-minute candle is looking good to close, so I'm probably going to hold this and let's see if we can get this whole position into profit. Okay, another stretching down. Okay, and a good 5-minute bar close on the hour, so I'm going to hold. Oh, okay, if it stretches down a good chunk, I'll just take profits down on that line. Just like that. I'm going to take profit there on that one. I'll leave one on and ride that one. So that was a good trade right there. So now we've got a free trade on. Was that news? I just don't remember. Or was that somebody speaking? Oh, President Lagarde speaks. Darn, I should have held that. Oh well, at least I've got one still running. I'm gonna take that profit right there, and we'll call that a good trade. I'm gonna go long here, and then we'll set up a couple more levels to trade at on the other side. Right on there. Will be the second layer. Third layer down here. Fourth layer down here. And if it can pop right back up like that, I'll just take the profits on all that and then get into the short. Trying to just utilize the movement here. Volatility, which is finally good. And actually, I'm just going to reset all this. Just start completely over. Yeah, my bias is a little bit more bearish at the moment. Put a second layer in there. Third layer in there. Fourth there. And then fifth somewhere in these highs. I should probably stretch this out back up here. Something like that. Gonna take the take profit back off. Put one here, and then a second one in there. So that's the second layer. Third layer will be up here. It's a good couple trades with that volatility. Started out at 222 up to 237 now. If we can get another extension down, probably take profits in these lows. Just depends on how quick it gets there. If it gets down there quick, just take profits, but if it starts building at a more average rate of speed, then we'll just secure the position as it goes down. Bearish on the euro dollar. For me, anyway. I'm just going off of last week's pressure. Pushing through here. And then we had this pullback. And it's not the greatest push down starting off the week. But I think I'm just going with all that pressure still. All right, we're getting, if we can get this candle to close, then we officially get a 3-bar reversal. Well, actually, I guess the 3-bar reversal is on this candle. That's a big apex candle. Okay, I'm just going to take the profit on that one. I'm going to secure this here. Oh, that's a strong candle close. So those positions are free, but I'm going to take some profit on one of those. I'm going to take one off there. And then just leave that one on. Another good trade. I'm taking the profits pretty quick, but it's because the price cycles, they're pretty big. Like that was just 8 pips down, so. Whereas if they had kind of built a little more slowly, it probably would have started securing the position. But that run from the pivot highs now all the way down to there was 26 pips. Gonna add another first layer right in here. See if we can get a test back down to these lows. Then if not, I'll add back into that second layer again if it pops back up. And it will take a little profit on that line. Not sure what she is saying or if there's anything in particular. It's kind of interesting that the market shot down right on the minute as the new hour started. So I don't know if it's that she said anything or if it's just that people are just entering the market, because she should really only just be like saying things now. Okay, took out that one trade for profit. I'm going to fade back into another one and miss the top on that one.
I'm delighted to welcome you here today as part of this monetary dialogue. As you know, monetary dialogue is part of the activity report and the annual visit to members of Econ by the ECB, and it's part of the democratic control by the European Parliament of the ECB. These elements are an integral part.
I think I'm going to just put the take profits back on, because this is turning into be a pretty choppy area, which is good. But I can see this going up and down quite a bit in this area while this discussion's happening.
Supply shocks as part of geopolitical tensions and the monetary policy of the ECB. So those are the first points.
Yen's pretty choppy in a daily resistance zone, kind of on the fence about any trade today. Might just sit out on the. Sometimes sitting out is the best trade.
In April, this, or rather, compared to the 11th of June, the Council of the ECB is increasing its three main rates.
Any extension down, I'll just take some profit again. And then reset, and then put trades back on with take profits. Pop back up, and I can get into the second trade on the second layer. Pop down, we'll just take some profit. Take profit on that one. And see if we can get another shot down to test that low. And, oh, what happened to my other pairs? Dollar yen. Just take the grid off. Where's that grid? There. And then move it over. There we go. That's the dollar yen on the hourly. It is super bullish from my angle. And we've got some decent little bit of volatility in here now, looks like. Because of the news, we've got 5-6 pips back and forth. Entry on long, nice. I think that's good. Definitely take the longs. It's even kind of like double bottoming. You're getting like a W pattern in here right now too. I don't know if that's going to follow through because it seems to be kind of choppy news. But it's a pretty good pattern in there. Pretty good W. is to pop back up here for me to get into my second layer trades. I kind of want it to get me into a little bit more before it drops down, if it's going to keep going down. Which I'm thinking we're getting that pressure coming in again to the downside. And that 15-minute candle was a really pretty good close. I mean, it's not super strong. I actually had a wick on it. The 5-minute looks really strong. Got this nice strong push down, and then we're just kind of pausing here right now. Developing a little wedge as we speak. And it finally came out of the range. If you can get a little follow through on this thing, you're breaking that high from about, what was that, last week? And then you're breaking all these highs. There's a really good chance this thing will keep cruising up for a while. Yeah, even that 4-hour, the 4-hour, it's super strong, really strong to the bull side. I'd hang on to the, I mean, I like the long side for sure. I think that's going to work out pretty well. Which means hopefully the euro will continue down. But I want it to pop up so I can get into more trades to the short side first. I don't know if it's going to give me that. It looks like it's just pressing down. If I can hit the top of this trend line, I'll get into one a little bit early. On the second one, I'll get it in back up here. So it'll be a little bit early on the first trade of the second layer to see if I can get on that little mini trend. I don't think I'm going to be able to get another position in on the short side. But at least I've got one on. About 10 minutes to the stock market open. And David's got one take profit hit and closed half the position. It's nice. Nice. That's a good trade. Another 7 pip leg. Let's see if it can hold above this range. If it can hold above that, it's a good chance we'll see some follow through to the upside. If it pops back down, I don't know at that point. It's so bullish on the longer term. I feel pretty good that it's gonna keep heading up. Which I think should take the euro down. Pardon me. Getting pushed down. Just gonna keep holding this one trade. And I'm just gonna secure that at a break even. Yeah, dollar yen is making new highs again. Looking good for continuation on that. applying some good pressure to the downside. Just breaking that news low. Seems like we're holding below. Yeah, we're holding below that low. Excuse me. Tired today. Did not sleep that well over the weekend. So if that 5-minute candle can close, then I'll pull my stop loss down and just put it at on that pivot. And the candle closed. So now I can shimmy my stop loss down and lock in more profit. And here it is on the 1-minute chart. I'm going to let that sit. Too much partying with the... It was a pretty good weekend with the kids. It was pretty good. They had a good time with their grandpa. But we were sleeping out at my wife's place, and pretty much for the first night or two, whenever I go and sleep somewhere else, I just don't sleep that well. It's just the way it always works for me. So I'm tired. I'm gonna just go quickly grab a banana or something real quick. I'll be right back. I just need something to keep me going here. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, take profit 2. Close half of the remaining position, let the last 25% run to take profit 3. Nice. Cool. That's good. It's a good run. Good trade. Looks like I might get tapped out here on that one position. Yeah. Any pop up, I'm going to just get back into that one and just leave the take profit on. Yes. Just leave this line out of here. Yeah, any pop up, I'm going to get back into the trade there. Right there. Just get into there. That 3-pip take profit comes in at a good spot above that high, above these highs. So that's good. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I can get into one more trade layer. Oh no, I'm in one here, so this is going to be layer 2. If it pops back up, I can get into layer 2, 3, 4, last layer at layer 5. You move stop loss to break even. Perfect. You're in just a free trade. Let that thing run. Yeah, that risk free is the best. I don't know if you've considered it, but you could also lock that third position in behind like 5 or 15-minute candles also, and you could let it run. I know that's probably not right in your current plan, but have you considered leaving that third? Like if that third position is on and it's running good, could be an idea to try and lock it in behind candles as they close, in case it keeps going. I hadn't thought about extending out the third target. It's an idea, especially if you find that your pair, your instrument is in an outside range where there's nothing holding it back. It's a good way to allow that thing to keep running if it wants to run. Something to consider, but I don't want to get greedy. Yeah, don't get greedy. You can just make it part of your plan. If you want to, or don't. Like taking profits at a third location is also good. All right, I just took profits. See, mine's not in an outside range, so I don't really care to try and let it keep running right now. But if there was nothing to hold it up, I would want to find a reason to hold on to a trade that can keep running. And then for me, it's locking it in behind the candles so it will take profit on its own at some point. And then it's not greed. It's not greed if you're constantly locking in profit. Well, if your system's defined in any way, it's not greedy. If you've got your system defined, whatever it is. I mean, unless you've defined it in a way where you're trying to shoot for too much all the time, and then your system's probably not going to be profitable. Yeah, you don't want to be greedy. We really don't need much out of the market, as long as we can get a little bit. A little chunk consistently is all we need. I'll have to look further into that and see how many times it goes past the three times the risk. Yeah, look at it, and it will. I think it will have a lot to do based on the location on the chart. Like, if that hourly is in an outside range, that would be a good place to let that trade run further. But if the hourly is still not really in an outside range, then it wouldn't likely be as strong of a runner. So, well, something to look. You can back test it and see how it works. Don't change it in mid-trade though. Just follow the rules for mid-trade. Okay, so this looks like it's I gotta try and break down again, but on the euro dollar, as it looks like it's trying to break down, we've also run down 9 pips, which is a strong price cycle. So I'm gonna just go long here with the take profit on, and then I'll find another couple layers to trade off of here. Because I know that at the end of one of these runs, after 35 pips, it also pulls back. So anywhere in here would be a perfect place for that trade to pull back again. So I'll trade the long side down here all the way, even beyond that break of that low. And then there should be a pullback, and then all I need is one price cycle back really to make profits. So I've got my game plan set up for this side as well as the other side. So now I can confidently take either side of the market. Can adjust this little trend line here with that new data that came in. That will be a little bit stronger now. If it pops up, it's a good spot for it to bounce back down. Just getting a turn on the 1 minute chart here. Had this pivot low on this candle, and then we're just breaking that now. So we're getting if this bar can close up, that would be a turn. If it's a big pop, I'm just going to fade the end of it and short it also. Okay, official 1 minute chart 3-bar reversal. So it should be able to hit that target pretty easily. That target comes in just below these body lows and right in here, so that target's in a pretty good spot. Might see a little resistance in that, right in that zone. So if it's stalling on that, I might just take the profit. Okay, so now from pivot low up to here is 5 pips. So I definitely want to take profit on that if it can pop up any higher, because that's now a price cycle back up. Now we got a 3-bar reversal back down. Had this little pivot candle right here. Market broke it and closed below, creating the 3-bar reversal to the downside. Just on the support zone right now. See if we can break it. It's trying to break it. It's also right at that little support point. Okay. And just under 10 minutes to the new hour. And then did we have some news then? Lagarde was talking again, I think. No, she's talking at 11:25. So in another hour and a half, she'll talk on another subject, but we've got consumer confidence on the euro in 7 minutes and 30 seconds. Yeah, yellow folder, consumer confidence. I'm getting to turn back up again. So we had a little pivot candle, a nadir candle right in there. Then we had a body that couldn't close above it. So now if we can get this candle to close up, then we have an official turn back up. Yep, and there's the close. So now we've got to turn 3-bar reversal back up. See if we can hit that take profit this time. I'm going to be quicker to take the profit on that one this time. Because we've got this here now too, this little overhead resistance. If it pushes down a bunch, I'm just going to buy it. I want to grab the bottom of this next price cycle. Right before the hour. It's less than 5 minutes to that yellow folder. I know it's on a support point right back there, so but now I don't I want it to extend, and then I'll take the buy. I'm going to grab that one there. And then one more to make that a second layer position with 2 trades. Grab that next one. And just a few minutes to the hour now. I think I'll take profits off that one. Because I want to see if I can secure it on a leg back up. So on this run, we've now had 33 pip run down. So now is a good chance we could see a rebound. Anywhere in here at any point in time, we should see a rebound back up. And the top of the hour would be a good time for that to happen. So we'll see. About 2 minutes. Oh, it's right on the 143 level as well. So we're at a 00 here. So this is a good spot for it to bounce. And 1 minute to that news, yellow folder. Not expecting much of that. Get into 4 trades down on this level. Right down in this range right in here. Get into 4. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Strong 15-minute candle close to the downside, right on the hour. Still pending. trying to get another push down to that level. I'm going to get 4 trades on. Just any little bit further and I'll start to slowly get in, because I want to get one on here. I'm going to at least get one, so I'm going to get one here. And then the next 3 will be spread out a little bit. No value on consumer confidence. It's kind of weird. Okay, another push down, and I'll get a little bit heavier into that 3rd layer. Just get my finger on the trigger in case it pops down. There. That's 2 out of 4. Haven't quite got into the whole position size. We've got a turn on the 1-minute chart. Right, the close of that bar closed above the previous one. So now we'll see if we can get another leg or 2 back up. I don't need much for profit. Just up into this range would be good. And your final take profit hit, closed, remaining position. Just curious if it'll go for a 4 hour. Yeah, see if it goes up for the day. Nice. Good trading, man. It's awesome. Oh yeah, I think it's going to keep going personally. Keep grinding up for a while. But if it doesn't, you already won. Okay, I'm going to grab a third trade. And one more push down, I'll get the fourth trade on of that layer. So now I've got 3 trades on the bottom. I had room to get into a fourth. Didn't quite get there yet, but it seems like I'm finding the bottom. So as this pushes up, I'm going to get ready to close it all. If it gives me a big push. Oh, I might have missed that. Something, oh, is it she? Oh, it's probably just a good time of day. Okay, now I've got a close in favor. Gonna close for a good profit there, and I'm gonna go short. Seems like we got, feels like news again. Did the consumer confidence come through? Because it wasn't giving a value. No. Oh, consumer confidence. It did come through. It's nothing. What? Hey, this is news. I'll take it though. Volatility is what I want. And if that pops down, I can close all that for a total of a net win also. Right there. And out. Let's pull up the history. So that whole position, trying to find that bottom, it was a really good match to find the bottom on that one. So then we got a price cycle back up, and I just took the profits rather than trying to ride it, taking it on the extension for about 10 pips actually on that bottom one. So that was a good price cycle back up, and then took a couple shorts on the spike. That's probably a good way to finish things off. The yen went wild. Let's have a look at that. Whoa. Holy cow, David. It is seriously good you got your trade out. Holy cow. That's nuts. 72 pip drop. What on earth? That must be the yen banks doing, the Japanese banks doing something. Is that what's going on? Because the euro's not, I mean, it's moving a little, but the yen, it's making an attack on the dollar. I think that's something to do with Japanese banks. Are they closed though? What is going on? Wow, that's nuts. Huh. What happened? Like, that is for sure something. I'm gonna get back into long here. I said I was gonna stop. I'm gonna just stop. Sorry. I want to finish this off. It's just like an instinct. Okay. Well, I don't know what's going on. I do think that the yen is driving that because the dollar's not really doing much over on the euro dollar. So I think something's got to be happening with those Japanese banks or something. But I don't know. Yeah, I know. Sit on my hands. I'm done for this session. But you can see how like instinctive it is when the market runs somewhere. Like, it's just a habit. I was just hoping that we'd see what's going on. What is going on with the yen? There we go. So, suspected yen intervention. Financial juice is okay. Well, that's not really that helpful. That's what I was suspecting. Suspected yen intervention. We'll see more about that as the next hour or so people they'll be posting about it. It does seem like it's a yen Japanese bank thing. Think amidst the dollar. Look at the dollar index. I don't have the index on here right now. Oh, you're saying you think it is the dollar though? All right, well, I'm going to just call it a session. That was good. Super good trading on your end, David, and that was just good, pretty solid read on the market today for me on my end too. So start the week off on a good note. I put a few dollars into the account today. I'm not paying attention. I'm not recording the values so much anymore, so it just is what it is. Yep. Be back in tomorrow, same time, same place. So have a good rest of your day, and catch you tomorrow.